These are going to be worth a lot.
So,
9,
It's going to be fun.
10.
Sir?
Hold on a minute there, Sonny. Now I turn to my left.
Mister?
Just hold on there, Missy. I've almost got this. Now it says I take one hop forward, and I do a shimmy shake.
Oh, no.
Sir, I'm afraid you can't be here without the proper credentials.
Do you know with whom you are speaking?
The man who is standing in the middle of my homework.
Oh, sorry about that there, Missy. You are speaking to Daring Dan Trueheart, intrepid explorer. I discovered this map, and I am following it to the lost treasure.
Mister?
I'm sorry, sir, but you still can't be here without the proper credentials. Do you have any kind of identification, any kind of badge?
Badges? I have no need of odoriferous badges. I have a map. A map which is currently telling me I should spin in a circle. Whoa. Take 3 baby steps to the right.
What kind of map is this?
Dad?
Why, it's a map which shall lead me to the lost treasure of Princess Ella.
Oh, Ella, not again.
Wait a second. Is your name Ella too? What are the odds? Named after the famous princess of lost treasure? Well, I've got some work to do. It says if I dig 6 fathoms deep, I shall discover the lost treasure of Ella. Now, how many feet is 6 fathoms anyway?
That's about 36 feet.
Oh, boy.
I didn't really bury it that deep. I just liked the way it sounded.
What? Well, I'd better get cracking if I'm going to have to dig 36 feet. But if I'm determined to find the treasure if I have to dig all night.
Wow, that's some pretty good dedication right there.
Dedication? What's dedication?
Dedication. Well, it can mean devotion to a purpose or loyalty to a cause. In this case, it means a lot of single-minded focus to a certain task.
And I'm dedicated to finding the lost treasure of Princess Ella. Oh.
I think he found some.
What do we have here? A jackpot. Did I dig 36 feet already? Well, I certainly did, because this thing looks old, but it's not ancient. Oh, what do we have here?
Ah.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
hey! I was wondering where this went off to. I've been looking for this all week.
Oh, young lady, that's my treasure you're waving about there.
Actually, it's my snack. I started burying my snacks to hide them from certain people who kept eating them.
I would never do such a thing.
Uh-huh. Anyway, I drew up some maps so I would remember where I buried them. And I guess you found one of my maps. Sorry about that.
You mean there's no lost treasure? No Princess Ella?
Well, you can call me Princess if you want to, and the lost treasure is officially found.
The Daring Dan Trueheart fails again. All I ever wanted since I was a little boy was to be a famous archaeologist. Following clues, digging for treasure.
Are you serious about wanting to be an archaeologist, or are you just looking for your 15 minutes of fame?
Well, although I wouldn't mind 15 minutes of fame, but a chance to be an archaeologist?
Now, if you really want to be an archaeologist, you can volunteer to work with us. See all these fine archaeologists out here? They volunteered to help us work this week.
Really? I could be an archaeologist? But wait a second. Don't you have to go to school for that?
Well, you'd be a volunteer, but I could teach you the skills you need to be an archaeologist. you've already got the quality that all archaeologists needs.
Really? What?
Dedication. It takes a lot of dedication, willingness to do hard work to be an archaeologist.
Oh, I'm willing. Let's get started. So where's your treasure map?
Archaeologists really don't generally use treasure maps. You remember that hard work I mentioned about? See, Ella and I were getting ready to take these big buckets. Oh, heavy. We were going to take these to the sorting tables.
Oh, what's in them? Piles of coins. Let me get a gander at that. Piles of coins, some golden statues. Oh, that's just dirt. And rocks.
Well, appearances can be deceiving. See, you have to look deeper. We're going to carefully sift through the sand in this, and who knows? I mean, we're going to look for some treasures that might be hidden within.
Oh, like gems?
Well, probably not. But we might find some beads or maybe a coin.
You're going to sift through all of that to maybe find one bead? Or one coin?
I told you, look, being an archaeologist is a lot of hard work. Sometimes we dig all day long and we don't find anything. But if we're dedicated to our task, eventually our hard work will pay off.
Like Peter and his friends.
Peter? Is he another archaeologist?
No, Peter from the Bible. We're studying about him last week. Peter and his friends, James, Andrew, and John, they were fishermen. They had been fishing all night and hadn't caught anything.
Sounds like they needed to find a new line of work.
Because of one night of bad fishing?
Yeah.
They were hard workers. They wouldn't quit because of one bad night. That's dedication, right, Dad?
That's right, Ella.
Anyway, they had given up for the night and were cleaning their nets, making sure they were ready for the next time they went fishing. Jesus was teaching nearby.
Jesus? Never heard of him. Oh, wait, yeah. Is that another one of your fishermen?
No, Jesus, as in God's Son.
Oh, yeah. I have heard of him.
So, Jesus was teaching by the lake, and he got into one of the boats, and he asked Peter to put into the water a little bit.
Well, why'd he do that?
Well, I guess so people could see him and hear him better. Anyway, when he was done teaching, he told Peter to put into deep water and try fishing again.
Well, that's just nuts. They've been fishing all night and hadn't caught anything. Why'd they think that time would be any different?
Because Peter had been listening to Jesus, and he knew Jesus was different. They let down the net, and they caught so many fish that the nets were breaking. They had to call their friends to help them, and they caught so many fish, the boats were just about to sink.
Wow, I bet they were flabbergasted.
Huh?
Confounded? Surprised?
Oh,
Nothing?
yeah.
No?
They were. Peter was so scared because he was just a lowly fisherman. He begged Jesus to go away, but Jesus told him not to be afraid. He would make him a fisher of men.
Why would they want to fish for men?
Well, it was just a metaphor of, what's that again, Dad?
It's a metaphor.
Oh.
Yeah, metaphor. Jesus didn't mean they were going to be throwing their nets in the lake and catching fish. Jesus meant he wanted them to join him as he taught others about God. Jesus chose those fishermen to become his first disciples.
Well, why would he pick them? Aren't they kind of rough characters, those fishermen?
Yeah, that's what my teacher said. She said that the religious teachers during that time would never think of picking a fisherman to be a follower. But Jesus looked at them, and he saw more than smelly, tired men. Jesus saw men that were willing to work all night, and even though they weren't catching anything, he knew that if they stopped for the night, they were willing to try again the next day simply because Jesus asked him to. Men saw smelly fishermen, but Jesus looked at their hearts and saw more. Jesus knew that if they would work hard at fishing, that they would work hard at doing the Lord's work.
Oh, it sounds like this Jesus fellow was pretty perceptive.
He is. What's perceptive?
Well, perceptive means Jesus saw what others didn't see. You know, most people just saw fishermen, but Jesus saw that they could become fishers of men.
Oh.
So are you saying that if I am dedicated to sifting through all these buckets of sand and rocks and dirt, I'll find treasure?
Well, no, I can't promise you that. But I can promise you that if you help us carry these buckets to the sorting tables, I'll teach you more about how to become an archaeologist.
Oh, and maybe we'll find some treasure?
Maybe. But I think you've already found a pretty valuable treasure.
Really?
Jesus valued the dedication he found in his disciples. I think he would value the dedication he found in you.
Really?
Really.
And don't forget the most important treasure of all.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
The lost treasure of Princess Ella! My snacks! What's up?
You bet your britches!
Whoa, where did that come from?
You're right. You're right.
Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. Must be the heat getting to me. Oh, man, my mustache is even sliding off here.
All right, come on, you two. Let's get these sorting buckets up to the sorting
Oh,
table.
my goodness.
All
And
right.
so continues the saga of the intrepid explorer, the daring Dan Trueheart.
Hey, Dan Trueheart, is that your real name?
Well, no. But it sounds much better than the intrepid explorer, Otis Potts.
Oh, I've got a lot of work to do with this one.